This is Ms. Woznick, and I hope you keep reading. And so I'm going to tell you about some great middle grade graphic novels that you can check out on Hoopla today from the Beverly Public Library. So I've got a couple books here that are kind of like real stories. New Kid is a big bestseller these days. Jordan Banks is a kid in 7th grade who loves to draw cartoons. He's just started at a new private school, and he doesn't look like most of the other kids, so he's got a lot to figure out and balance. Monster is a graphic novel adaptation of Walter Dean Meyer's powerful and gritty award-winning book. Steve Harmon is a teenager who's on trial for committing murder. And as he is in juvie, he kind of envisions how his ordeal would play out on the big screen and sort of writes a script to imagine that. El Deafo by Cece Bell. If you haven't read it yet, you should read it. It's a memoir about her own childhood. So she lost most of her hearing when she was young, and she had to go to school with a giant hearing aid strapped to her chest, which didn't make it super easy to make new friends. But she has this, she figures out that she has the ability sometimes to hear things she shouldn't. So this is a very funny, but it's also kind of a touching story. If you like Raina Telgemeier, Jennifer Holm, Victoria Jameson, I think you'll also like Positively Izzy. Izzy is in middle school. She loves acting in skits, making up funny stories, doesn't do so well in school. Her friend Bree is the brain. She wants people to see there's a little more to her than just a report card full of A's, and their lives sort of converge the day of a school talent show. If you have not met Anne of Green Gables, this is a great way to introduce yourself to her. The book is a classic. It's set in rural Canada, maybe about 100 years ago. Anne is 11 years old. She's an orphan who's adopted by an older couple who are brother and sister. And anybody who's read Anne of Green Gables, it sticks with you for your whole life. So this is a great way to try her out. And then there's Anne of Green Bagels. Anne is new in school. Her father has left to try out his newest crackpot invention, the pedestrian mobile home. Her mother has moved her to a super boring suburban town, and her grandmother is packing her health food sandwiches, so that's how the kids come up with the name Anne of Green Bagels. Fortunately, she makes some new friends and discovers some interesting things about her dad. A lot of kids love the Nathan Hale's Hazardous Tales true stories. Raid of No Return starts with the bombing of Pearl Harbor in 1941 and features some pilots who crash and are captured in China and are hunted down by Japanese forces. Major Impossible is about a guy named John Wesley Powell. He was a geologist and explorer. He fought for the Union in the Civil War, lost most of his right arm there, then explored the Colorado River with a group of 10 explorers, and only 6 of them managed to make it out alive. If you're a fan of fantasy instead of true life things, you could check out The Search by Jean Luen Yang, which is part of the Avatar: The Last Airbender series. And Jean Luen Yang is really one of the best graphic novel writers and illustrators out there these days. Aaron Hunter's popular Warrior series has been turned into a manga collection, and this particular epic volume includes all 3 books in Greystripe's adventure trilogy. They have Marvel Heroes on Hoopla. You can check out Miles Morales Straight Out of Brooklyn, issues 1 through 6 in one package, and the Immortal Hulk Omnibus has issues 1 through 10 in one download. Here's Some People with Swords. The Lightning Thief by Rick Riordan has been adapted into a graphic novel. Story's still great. There are mythological monsters and gods, and 12-year-old Percy Jackson has to kind of figure out how to fight them all off. Noelle Stevenson's Nimona is an impulsive young shapeshifter with a knack for villainy. This book has won many awards, is on lots of lists, and now you can check it out for yourself. And finally, A Touch of the Supernatural with the book Sheets. Marjorie is 13. She's basically in charge of the family laundry business. Wendell is a ghost, and their worlds collide. So Marjorie is confronted by some unexplainable disasters as Wendell transforms the laundry into his midnight playground and then reappears as just a mere sheet during the day, sabotaging Marjorie's already difficult life. Next time around, I'm going to check out some audiobooks that you can get from Hoopla. And in the meantime, keep reading.